So for the first review of the day, we have the MVP Glitch. This disc fits in the hand pretty nice. It's got a small little bead on it, which isn't bad. It flies so straight, but just one thing at the end, it just kind of drops off. Like, it's not going to be able to, like, get around trees. It's not going to, like, dive to the side. It's just going to, like on an Anheuser, it's pretty easy to, like, overturn it, I guess. That's really all I have for this. Other than that, it flies so nice. It has a great glide.
The crazy thing about this is it's a 1-speed and it has 7 glide, which means it goes crazy far. So this is like probably my favorite putter ever. So it's really good.
My overall rating on this disc is probably a 9.3 out of 10. But other than that, it's great disc.
I'm gonna go 9.7 out of 10. This is one of my favorite putters.
So the second disc we will be reviewing is the Innova ROC3 mid-range. It's pretty good feel in the hand. So Max, what are your thoughts on this disc?
It does go pretty straight, but if you put a fly hyzer on it, it just goes a little bit too much of a hyzer. So make sure you throw it straight, so then it goes straight.
Yeah, it has, like, if you put it on a very slight hyzer, it'll have a nice little turn on it, and you could use this pretty well to throw some really nice shots with it. So, Max, what is your rating on this disc?
I'd say solid 8.
I would probably say a 7.5 because it's a little bit, like, it's not stable enough sometimes. So, yeah. What's up, guys? Today, for our fourth disc review, we will be using the Innova Destroyer. This disc feels really nice in the hand. It will go straight if you throw it on a forehand. And if you throw it on a, like, slight hyzer, it's going to have a really nice swoop in. And this is also the disc I got an ace on hole 3 at Gretna Crossing. So this disc plays a very big role in my bag sometimes.
So when Cade got his hole-in-one, he threw it like this and just did a flick. So it went up and then it went up and it like barely got into the basket.
And it was very important to me because that was my first ace ever. My overall rating is a solid 8 out of 10. It feels so nice in the hand. Max?
I'll do a solid 8.9.
It's pretty good rating. All right, for our fifth disc review, we have the Calvin Heimburg Draco. This disc I've thrown many times. It has a really nice feel in it. It's just on a slight hyzer or slight anhyzer. It levels back out to straight, and then it'll just dump off. Like if you need like a dump off shot where it just turns over and just drops right by the basket, it'll do that for you. So, anything else you want to add?
It's just it looks really cool too, but it's just a pretty good disc. It's just, yeah.
My overall rating on this disc, it's probably a solid 8.7 out of 10. It could use some work, like sometimes it'll roll really far, but like when it hits. And then, what's your rating?
I'll do a 8.2.
Not a bad rating, but it's a good disc. All right, so for sixth disc of the day, we will be reviewing the Latitude 64 River. This fairway driver it feels so nice. It's got a nice little, somewhat soft, so it just kind of fits nice in the hand. If you want to rip on it, it'll be there for you, so you can just rip on it and it'll glide straight with a slight hyzer. This disc feels so nice. It's one of my most used fairway drivers.
This disc is just so good. It's fairway driver. It goes so far. It's just an amazing disc.
My overall rating on this disc would probably be a 9.4 out of 10 because this disc just feels and flies so nice.
I'll do a solid 9.1.
Probably our best rating so far. It also deserves it. All right, for our 7th disc of the day, we have the Discmania Astronaut. This disc, the mold that I have is very nice in the hands. It flies really great, but one bad thing about this model or make of this disc is that it can sometimes, like, the molds can be so inconsistent. So one mold will fly completely different than the other. So it's not a bad disc. Like the one that I have, it feels so nice in the hand. It glides nice. It goes really straight, and it'll flip up to hyzer if you need it to.
So all that we're saying is that this one's really good, and yours might be really good like this one. It might not be. So just watch out for these ones.
My overall rating will be like, I'll give it like a 7.8 just because the mold can be inconsistent. This mold specifically is really good, but what's your rating?
I'll do a solid 7.7.
Not a terrible rating, could get better. All right, for the 8th disc of the day, we have the MVP Volt. This disc is a really nice fairway driver. This is the Neutron plastic version. So pretty much it flies straight after it flips up to hyzer, and then it has a nice hyzer dump at the end if you throw it on hyzer. If you watched my last video, actually go check that out right now. This disc got 3rd in the distance competition behind, I believe it was just 2 distance drivers or maybe a really good putter, but it was very wet at that time. This disc is nice in the hands, comes out nice, just pretty good fairway driver overall. Max, what are your thoughts?
Okay, you really just stole all the words out of my mouth, but yeah, it's just a really good fairway driver.
My overall rating on this disc is probably like 8.2. It could be a little better, like maybe, I don't know what the Proton plastic version of this is, but pretty good disc.
I'll just say a solid 8.
Not too bad. It's a little better than the Astronaut, but doing good. All right, for the 9th disc of the day that we will be reviewing is MVP Resistor. This disc is a fairway driver. It feels all right in the hands, but this the ring around the outside, it's a little hard and really shallow. So you can get a good grip on it. It just sometimes the hard part doesn't really feel the best in the hands, but it flies really nice. You can throw it on a slight hyzer, it'll just flip up, go straight for a bit, and then when it's ready, it'll just kind of dive down.
Yeah, it's really good. It's almost like a wave, if you know what that is. It's a MVP assist driver, but it feels okay in the hands, but slight hyzer, it goes pretty good.
Overall rating, I'm gonna give it like a 8.1 out of 10. It's pretty decent, so
I'm gonna go a 7.9.
all right, guys, so for the 10th disc of the day, we will be reviewing the MVP Octane. This disc is really good. It's one of my favorites that I have right now. It flies insanely far. If you throw it right, it'll go so straight, and then it'll just kind of just glide slowly to the ground. And if you want to throw skip shots with it, you can. only one thing I have that's like not very like good about this, like if you know how to throw it correctly, you're fine. But with this super wide ring on the edge, this it can sometimes be hard to grip. But other than that, this is probably my second favorite disc out of all of them.
The only thing that you have to watch out for is this is a 13th speed, so that's really the only thing you have to watch out for. It feels great in the hands, everything like that.
My overall rating is a 9.7 out of 10. It feels so nice.
I'll go a solid 9.3.
It's probably our best rating overall, but this disc deserves it. All right, so for the 11th disc of the day, we have the MVP Tesla. This disc, the ring is nice. It's not thick. It's a 9-speed driver, so it feels really nice in the hands. The plastic feels so great, and honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about this Tesla. It flies nice, has great glide, everything about that. I can't say anything bad about this disc. Every time I've thrown it, it flies exactly where and how I want it to.
So, as you said, it's a very good disc, and the plastic feels great. I speak from experience. It goes great hyzer, great aim hyzer, great forehand, just everything.
My overall rating is honestly, I would say a 10 out of 10. It's by far the best disc I own for drivers, and it always feels great in the hands.
I agree with you, Cade, but there's got to be a better disc than that. There just has to. I'm sorry. 9.9 out of 10.
I don't know, but we'll see in the future. All right, so for the 12th disc that we will be reviewing, we have the Proton Plastic Wave. This disc is very good forehand and or hyzer or anhyzer, honestly. This disc is an 11 speed. It fits really nice in the hand. It's nice and bendy. Every time I've thrown it, when it hits, it sits where you want it. If you say you had to throw a nice shot and just like get next to the basket without it rolling away, this would be the disc. It flies nice, and then when you hit, it just sits where it lands. So to me, this is a great disc.
So, Cade, this is the one that I think is better than that Tesla. So it's just like so good. I don't know how to explain it.
To me, my overall rating is going to be a 9.9 out of 10.
I hate you.
It's close, but I don't think it's quite up to the Tesla. I believe it's good, but not up to the standards of the Tesla.
10 out of 10.
There you go. You have Max's rating.
I hate you.
All right. So for the 13th disc that we will be reviewing, we have the MVP Vision Plastic Envy. This disc I've thrown already so much since I've got it. It feels great no matter what you got to throw. Anhyzer, hyzer flip, anhyzer flip, forehand even sometimes. This disc flies so straight. It's nice to get around trees if you have to. It also fits in the hands like perfectly. Like if this was how you were gonna hold it, it just sits in your hands so nice. I have nothing bad to say about this disc. It just feels great.
Yeah, I agree, Cade. This is like a great putting approach. It's like it's getting up there with the glitch. Not gonna lie.
This disc to me, I rate it for putters. It's insane. I rate it a 10 out of 10, maybe even a 10.1.
What'd you rate the glitch? Like a 9 point something?
Yeah, 9 point something.
I'll say 9.5. It's a really good putter.
All right, for the 14th disc of the day, we have the Nomad Putting Approach. This disc is going to be probably it is my putter that I use for tough putts, like around the trees, or if it's just like a tester putt.
Your putter.
This disc fits in the hand great. It's not too deep, so you can just kind of hold it nice. Also, fun fact, James Conrad, 2021 world champion.
Isn't that the same one as the Draco or something?
No. But this disc just feels really nice. It's a firm plastic, so it's gonna be really nice to putt with.
This is one of my favorite putters. This is a very good putter. It's only because I can go forehand with it. Well, it's just a really good putter.
My final rating on this, since it feels so nice and all that, I'm gonna give this a 9.3 out of 10. Probably one of my new favorite putters from MVP.
I'm gonna say a 9.4. It's really good.
Peace.